The elevated road stretching between Thiruvanmiyur and Uthandi spans approximately 14.6 to 15 kilometers and is being planned as a modern, four-lane structure to ease chronic traffic congestion on this bustling stretch of ECR. The route is proposed to begin near the Tidal Park Junction and conclude at Uthandi, passing through critical nodal points such as the LB Road Junction, Kotivakkam, Neelankarai, Injambukam, and Akkarai. Designed with strategically positioned on- and off-ramps at LB Road Junction, Thiruvanmiyur RTO Office, and Neelankarai, this elevated corridor aims to significantly reduce travel time, cutting it down to just 20 minutes along this stretch. To assess feasibility, in early 2024 the government sanctioned 52 Indian rupees lakh for a techno-economic study. This was intended to collect data on vehicle density, two-way traffic flows, and auxiliary traffic entering or exiting ECR. The study also outlines the alignment plan and land ownership along the proposed corridor, taking into account surrounding structures such as temples. Parallel to these elevated corridor plans, efforts are underway to widen the existing ECR surface road from 4 to 6 lanes across an 8.8 kilometer stretch from Thiruvanmiyur to Akkarai. This work includes construction of stormwater drains, central medians, paved shoulders, and implementation of rainwater drainage systems. Utility relocations by Tangedco and pending water and sewage infrastructure installations are also progressing. The intent is to complete this groundwork phase by April 2025. As of now, while the elevated corridor remains largely in the planning and feasibility stages, no construction has commenced. Land acquisition is partially underway, fully complete in many parts, but remains pending in areas like Thiruvanmiyur, where about 50% of documentation is still under process. Acquisition progress overall is advancing but not yet comprehensive. The government has outlined an ambitious policy goal. Once the elevated corridor is approved for execution, its construction is expected to be completed within 18 months. However, this timeline will only become actionable once all preliminary processes, feasibility clearance, land acquisition, design approval, and utility relocation, are finalized. Meanwhile, the existing widening work remains critical, as it will serve to relieve traffic even before the elevated corridor materializes. Given that around 69,000 to 120,000 vehicles traverse this stretch daily, delays in surface widening could further strain mobility until the elevated corridor is operational. In summary, this project remains in its foundational phase. Feasibility studies have been completed or are nearing completion, land acquisition is advancing with partial documentation complete, and surface widening is slated to finish by April 2025. The elevated corridor, once cleared for implementation, could then be constructed over a proposed timeline of 18 months, significantly reducing ECR travel times, though a firm completion date for the elevated road is still unconfirmed at this stage.